It's a Thursday, which means it is 5 to the weekend, my lovely, and you're in the right place right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And I say so because we are celebrating women yet again. I am so excited about the fact that we always get to stand in the fact of how women love to absolutely be the example of what hard work and being in your truth really is about. But more than anything else, adding that passion and always being able to juggle both being a mom while being a change maker and doing the absolute most. And one such woman who is an example of that is none other than the Chief Human Capital Officer of Absa. I'm talking about Jennifer Sathabridg Naidoo. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome, please. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you. All the better for having you here with us.
Aww.
Yes, because we are wrapping up, of course, Women's Month. I mean, we celebrate women all times of the year, right? But particularly in Women's Month, we always take it to the top. And especially with someone like you, who's been in the working world for 25 years, 18 of those at Absa.
Yeah.
Can you speak to me a little bit about some of those milestones that really just allowed you to be where you are today?
Yeah. So I've been blessed, Sanele. I've been blessed to have had an awesome 18 years at Absa thus far and counting.
Yes.
And I must just, if I think about those milestones, it's a couple of very big changes that I've been through. I've also been blessed to have had the opportunity to work across the various divisions in the Absa group. And each time I've moved to a different business or a different business environment, it's been challenging. So it's always kept me on my toes.
Yeah.
It's always kept me wanting. It's always kept me learning. But it's also always kept me humble because you can never know enough. So I think in my current role, I've been in this particular business since 2018.
Wow.
And what excites me so much about this business is that when we came together, we were trying to reset this business. So I saw it from its infancy. And there were so many challenges, but so many great moments. And it's so great to put hard work into it, to put effort, to put love into something and see it blossom. And at the point where we are, our business is thriving, the people are thriving, and as a human capital individual or professional, that makes my heart so happy.
And you guys are thriving indeed, which is why we're so glad to be hearing about these beautiful stories each week. But I want to speak to you about mentorship, because I feel like it's such an important part of anyone's career. You know, for you, how has it really just allowed you to blossom as the queen that you are in the corporate world? But also, how do you decide to pay it forward?
Yeah, mentorship is something that is exceptionally important, particularly for young people as they grow. But even for myself, after 18 years at Absa, I still have the most powerful mentors throughout my life. And in my career, I've had lifestyle mentors, I've had career mentors, and particularly at Absa, I've been blessed with the most intelligent, maybe sometimes difficult mentors, but they hold up a mirror to you, which then allows you to actually be the best of yourself and challenge yourself each and every day. I think success in a career does require various facets. Mentorship is one of those. And in particular, most of my mentors were men.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most of my mentors have been men.
Yes.
And what I appreciate most is that they saw beyond the superficial. They saw my potential. I was able to create relationships with them that allowed them to allow me to grow. And I think that's fantastic. How do I pay it forward? Well, at this point in time, I'm surrounded by tons of the most incredible young people. And what's great for me is at this part of my career, I don't necessarily only learn from the more established people. I learn from the young ones as well.
That's true.
So while I mentor them, I'm learning so much from them as we go through the journey. And I think my biggest blessing is to see them thrive and to see them rise in the corporate ladder as well.
That's beautiful. I remember somebody saying to me, actually, that they don't mentor someone unless they're learning something from that person. Because they just like, it's supposed to be that symbiotic relationship, which I think is always just like, it makes for the best results, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yes. But now, ma'am, Miss Superwoman, how do you handle it all? Being a Chief Human Capital Officer while also being a mom? You know, how do you do it exactly, Jennifer?
So, Zanele, I'm not only that, I'm also a wife. I'm also a friend.
It's true.
I'm also a sister.
It's true.
So, I mean, I think women across the world play these multiple roles at the same time. And I think it's so important to actually acknowledge that we may make it look easy, but it is not easy. And I must just say that one needs to be authentic. One needs
Sure.
to look at these different segments in your life and give them the attention that they deserve. Because each of these different segments require different attention.
Yeah.
It requires different time. It requires, you to be present. I don't get it right all the time.
Okay.
But I do have an incredible support system. My long-suffering husband, I give all credit to.
Yeah.
He's actually taking care of the kids this morning.
Aww.
So I could be here.
Yeah.
My parents, my family, my friends, and my colleagues in my team, they all know what makes me tick.
Yeah.
And my kids actually make me tick. But my kids also know that if I miss a cricket game, it's not because I love them any less.
Yeah.
It's just that I have other priorities at that point in time, and that we will actually get the time that we deserve going forward as well.
Beautiful. And thank you to hubby for letting us have Jennifer this morning so we can be inspired. Because, Jennifer, it really is inspiring to see what you're doing. I mean, I feel like there's so many people who can look at you as an example as to what it is to really just follow your dreams, but also, step into your purpose and what it is you're meant to be doing.
Absolutely.
And that's why I want to please ask you, to anyone out there who is looking at you right now and wants to one day follow in your footsteps, what message of advice would you give them?
I think the most important thing is to know yourself. I think, knowing yourself and understanding who you are and what you want is so underrated.
Yes.
And therefore, that all starts with self. And then you start looking for all of the other achievements that you want to actually get to. And then you seek help for that.
Yeah.
I've got a small tribe of individuals that I turn to. They are the most caring, the most supportive, the most loving people. But boy, can they also be the hardest.
I love that.
Yeah.
You
and
need it.
That is exactly what you need. You
Yeah.
need people to tell you what you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to make you thrive. And I do want to say that the world of human capital is not easy.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's just about hiring and firing. It's not.
not.
It's about enabling the business to grow. And the way you do that is through the people. And at Absa, our people are our most important asset. So I love my job. I love the fact that I have that ability to contribute in that way. And for those aspiring individuals out there, be yourself, know what you want, know your purpose, know your why, and just go for it.
Beautiful. Thank you for going for it, Jennifer, because like I said, you've now set out a lovely blueprint for people to come along and do what you've done, and even greater because of how you're empowering them. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. It is one of the beautiful stories we're hearing about in the month of women. And of course, it is Jennifer Sathabridg Naidoo who has shown us what it means to be one of the women who is truly stepping in her purpose, but more than anything else, empowering others as well to do so for themselves and being an example truly at the essence of it all. And this is why we say this is Absa telling us that your story matters and telling us about the beautiful stories within their corporation as well.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.